Shalom, Mr. Brother Bayan here to bring you a quick lesson, quick little ride talk. Prior to get started, I want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kagudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the GMS who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect, you Akim, you Aquad, which is your brothers and sisters in the Hebrew that believe. All right? And this lesson is going to be on a basis of how do you expect to do better if you don't think you do anything wrong. Okay? How do you expect to do better if you don't think that you do anything wrong? All right? Because the scripture tells you that, our righteousness is as filthy rags. All right? We were once, part of this world, that we now want to be completely destroyed. All right? Jake used to be in the mix of some unrighteous dealings, man. With that, dealing with the flesh of your past ways, that old man of your past ways, which is ultimately the flesh overall, just that alone, allows you to seek improvement in a lot of different ways. All right, because in this captivity that we in, man, you're not gonna completely get rid of that old man like that. You're not gonna get rid of the flesh. It's ways that you pray into the Lord, and it's some bad habits that you can definitely stop doing. But to be completely just pure on this side is truthfully, it's not gonna happen. All right, because if that was to happen, that'll leave no space for Yahushua, to come and save you. All right, if you're already perfect and you're doing all the law, the law completely to the T, you're doing everything in the scripture to the T. Is no reason for Yahushua to come down and save you. All right, but again, it's the most important part is to continue to sharpen yourself. All right, continue to sharpen yourself and continue to build. All right, that's what we can do. All right, don't get complacent of where you at. Yeah, you 20-30 steps ahead of what you used to be doing in life. When Jake used to be just a complete degenerate. But it's still more that you can do. Okay, but I'm gonna kick it off with the book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and 22. It says that he put off concerning the former conversation the old man which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust. All right, we're trying to put off that old man, as I was explaining, that deceitful lust, the lust of the world that it still dwindles in Jake. It's hard sometimes, but it's a battle that you have to continue to fight day in and day out. All right, that's a battle that you have to fight day in and day out, because why? It's yourself. But continuing on, it says in B, it's like, let me make this little curve real quick. But I says verse 23, it says, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. All right, be renewed. How are you being renewed? All right, by keeping the first things first, which is this work. All right, doing everything to the best of your ability, to please the Lord. If you have that mindset that all you want to do is better than the day before, that's the mindset that you need to be in. All right, that mindset of I already got it, that's not gonna get you nowhere. That's gonna keep you standing still. All right, and the next verse is gonna say, wherefore putting away. It's like I kind of lost it. It says, therefore, it's like verse 24, and that ye put on. Damn, this car keeps jumping. It's like, bear with me. And it's stupid driving going around too. So that's why I'm trying to focus on the road a little bit. Jake going 30 miles on the interstate. Like, It says, verse 24, and that ye put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true in holiness. All right, yeah, put on that new man. All right, that man that's separate, from this world. That what you're trying to build. All right, ultimately that perfection is going to be done completely in our heavens, in our kingdom. In our heaven, which is our kingdom, Salaki, if I kind of said that wrong, but it's still, we're still striving, we're still striving, and it's still work to be done. All right, it ain't over yet, Jake. All right, and the last precept I'm gonna end it on is the book of 1 Corinthians, obviously because I mentioned striving. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9. Verse 24, it says, know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain. All right, it doesn't say stand still. All right, it doesn't say that just stay in whatever place that you're in. Nah, run to try to win the race. All right, we don't know where we're going to place at, but you still want to have that mental stability, that mental strength, to fight on, to try to win the race. You don't hop in any type of race or sport just to lose. You do the best that you can. All right, and that made me think about that little comedy movie Talladega Nights with Will Ferrell, how Ricky Bobby, was always the winner, and his best friend Dale would always come in second, and that was the like the agreement that they had. It was all comedy, but still, that's a spirit that you don't want to be in. You don't want to be Dale to think that, okay, I'm gonna always come in second. Nah, man, you run as hard as you can to win this thing, man. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to overcome, and we're trying to win our crowns. All right, their reward given from Yahweh by Shem Shad. All right, but it says, verse 25, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. All right, we're looking for the most incorruptible crown / reward that is ever going to be given on this planet Earth, man. And again, the key word, it says that he that striveth for mastery. All right, we're striving to master these things. Everything that is required, that is pleasing to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. All right, we strive daily. All right, and they say they do it for a corruptible crown. There's no glory on what these people, with these 2/3, with these heathen, what they strive for in this queendom that we live in. It's no glory at all. All right, but verse 26, it says, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air. All right, but I keep my body under subjection and but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. And ultimately, Paul going at the end of that is that you want to go so hard that at the end of it, you don't want to seem like a hypocrite. All right, that you've been talking all this about running the race, and you ain't even running the race how you said that need to be done. So you don't want to fall in that position. So how do you not fall in that position of being a hypocrite? Running a race with everything that you got. All right, keeping your body under subjection. All right, every day is a new day, to better yourself, and that's what Jake just got to take it, is every day is something you can get better at, Jake. you know. So look for that. Look for those little things that you could do to build. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, you know. But you know, that's pretty much the point, man. I pray that this lesson was edifying, you know, and straight to the point. And you know, it's always ways to get better, Jake. So look for them. It's out there, all right. And it's not hard to start with yourself, because you know all the things that you need to do, all right. It's doing it at this point. Jake know all the things that's wrong, and me and a brother Kyle had a conversation about this a while back. Jake know exactly what we need to do with ourselves, bro. But sometimes just don't be feeling like doing it. That lazy demon, you know, that procrastination demon, you know, all of these things just coming about. But again, that's another reason to fight, you know, and not be complacent the way you at. But again, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Trying to get out of here, I want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. You Akim, you Akwak, which is brothers and sisters in Hebrew that believe. Shalom.